decoys in the big old truck, switching big old lanes, doing my thing, hoping y'all do the big old same, man. You know what I'm talking about? Gas brake dip on mine, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? I say, what's up with the brick gas brake dip, nigga? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Nigga. You know what I'm talking about? OG right there with the headset on, man, looking like man, that nigga look something like, that nigga look like he about a Good Times episode, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Making a way as we can. Temporary layoffs. You know what I'm talking about? But how y'all doing, man? What's good with the people? How y'all doing on this traditional tricks Thursday? Nigga, you say traditional tricks Thursday. What you talking about, bro? Everything, nigga, you know what I'm talking about? Told y'all, man, I went to go see that movie Sinners yesterday. It was to me, it was a good movie. You know what I'm talking about? That's one, but nigga, just any movie, bro. If we just keeping it real, bro, you can't even really ask nobody opinion on the movie. Because even if they told you it was bad, you might like it. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't never really seen, like the last, there's been two, you know what I'm talking about? There's been two kind of movies that I've seen that was just horrible, nigga. Like, one of them was The Fucking Village. And the other one was Darkness. You know what I'm talking about? That was just horrible and didn't make no motherfucking sense, nigga. Like, you know what I'm talking about? But other than that, any movie, bro, you got to go see it for yourself to think what you think about it. I liked it, though. It was a pretty good movie to me. You know what I'm talking about? I came from that movie, man, and I said, man, I'm gonna make that movie just made. I don't want to say it inspired me, but it just it let me know the way that I was already thinking. You know what I'm talking about? It just encouraged me to think that way more, man. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I be leaving so much of this raw ass shit up here. That's why I give you so much of this raw ass shit. You know what I'm talking about? Display my rawness in front of the in front of the crowd, nigga. Like, you know what I'm talking about? But that's why I display my rawness the way I do. It just inspired me to just display more of my rawness. You know what I'm talking about? Leave that music, man, because they say that music is what you know what I'm talking about? And I'm one of them motherfuckers that shit look the weirdest motherfucking nigga. Like, hello, Boy Scouts and Girl Scout face. Hello, white people. Y'all been seeing that all morning, bro. Motherfuckers running around these Boy Scout outfits and shit, nigga. I thought nigga was in the service, man. Nigga, this nigga had on a Boy Scout outfit. The fuck up. Nigga so straight out of comic book, blood. Traditional tricks, man. But it just inspired me to leave more of that music out here, man. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's that shit they can't take away from you. That's why you be you. That's why it's important to know who the fuck you is. That's why you leave you out here, though. I ain't bullshitting with you, man. That's why you leave you out here. Traditional tricks. Thursday, they say, what you talking about, bro? This the traditional tricks we play. You know what I'm talking about, man? We all, it's just the same shit from nigga from ever, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, man, what's good with it? Am I the only, I don't know, bruh. I don't be counting shit, bruh. Y'all seem like the only motherfuckers that sit around this motherfucking count what other people do, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it seemed like to me, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Which, I see everything watching ass, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. Traditional tricks. You motherfuckers. The shit y'all do. And y'all ain't did nothing but turn the world into a big ass debate class. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I don't promote no violence. But I can't wait till they start hitting you niggas in the mouth. I can't. Because that's the only way you niggas gonna shut up. Because y'all confident in running your motherfucking mouth right now just because you ain't got hit in it. I guarantee you when they start hitting niggas in their mouth, niggas is gonna stop being so eager to just to run that motherfucker. When you know that it's a epidemic going on with niggas getting hit in their mouth, you ain't gonna want to get hit in yours. So you gonna be very specific about what come up out that motherfucking mouth. You know what I'm talking about, that you got on your goddamn face with your bitch ass. You know what I'm talking about? But traditional tricks, and the biggest traditional trick we got is that Bible. The traditional trick we got is y'all, cause y'all just use that old mumbo jump. You said, where are you? I'm in Vegas, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? I'm from East Oakland, nigga. East Oakland, 7400 one way, MacArthur, Bandits. You know what I'm talking about? I'm in Vegas though. You know what I'm talking about? It's a beautiful day out here on a Thursday. Like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Traditional tricks. The one of them is that Bible, and the other one is just any, because y'all use all that yesterday shit that your mama and auntie and y'all use that shit for rationalizations, just like you do that Bible. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all don't use that shit for no good game. Y'all just use that shit as rationalizations. Like if somebody told you if you was cooking something to something, you know what I'm talking about, you might be one of them motherfuckers that be making them nasty ass spaghetti with hot dogs in it and shit. And the motherfucker been told you, man, I don't like my spaghetti like that. And you been told the motherfucker, this is the way your mama told you to make spaghetti. Even though a nigga told you he don't like his spaghetti like that. You will act like because your mama made her spaghetti with hot dogs, that this is the only way to make spaghetti. You know what I'm talking about? And that's the type of shit I'm talking about right there, man. And a lot of y'all, and I mean a lot of y'all, you don't know nothing, y'all. I hate to be the one to break it to you like this, but you don't know nothing. You know what I'm talking about? And let me tell you something else, bruh. A lot of y'all is too old for the shit that you don't know. You know what I'm talking about? But if a motherfucker told you the shit like that, you'll swear to God, I think a motherfucker was playing with you or trying to talk about you or something, bruh. But a lot of you motherfuckers don't know nothing, and a lot of you other motherfuckers, you said no crap, thank you. And a lot of you other motherfuckers is way too old about the shit you don't know. That's just like watching a grown person. I watch this all the time, everywhere I've ever been at work, bruh. You just watch grown people go use the bathroom, don't wash their hands. You dig in your nose, y'all just don't have proper etiquette because y'all ain't been around the right people. You know what I'm talking about? Because we just keeping it real, bro. Even my people. If you my age, bro, it's a good chance your people was on dope. You know what I'm talking about? There's a good chance your people was on dope. And some people was on dope. Some people still had their wits. Some people didn't. Man, I want to shout out all the people that was on dope because we give them people a bad rap. But to keep it real, bro, them dope fiends was harder working than y'all, bro. Them dope fiends kept 2 and 3 jobs. Or the people that y'all consider dope fiends, bro. Them was some strong ass people, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? And we just always talk about the dope fiends like they was weak because they got strung out on that dope. But them motherfuckers actually was just, they were strong people, even as dope fiends, bro. They was just trying to deal with the pressures of the world. That's why I get tired. That's why I get tired of kids. Nigga, any kid that ever said something like, nigga, my mama, y'all talk all that shit, bro. You'll talk about your mama was smoking crack and you grew up to use crystal. I don't be wanting to hear that shit, bro. Y'all always talking about what your parents did before you. You ain't even looked at what kind of parent you is to your people, to your kids. But we steadily always trying to blame some shit on mama and daddy about what they didn't do. You done sat up there, nigga, and you didn't let a million motherfuckers come in and out your house and let your kids see you just, y'all weird, bro. But y'all always want to blame that shit on the next generation. You know what I'm talking about? Traditional tricks. But I get so tired of y'all with that mumbo jumbo. All that old dumbass shit you done heard from yesteryear. Somebody done told you something. Man, listen, bro. What do you know? Not nothing that don't know. Not nothing that nobody told you, bro. What do you know? As long as you've been living this life, bro, what do you know? What have you found out about yourself? I can't get over it, folks. You know what I'm talking about? I can't get over it, bro. Thank you. You know what I'm talking about? I don't get over for ambulances and shit. They get over for me. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I ain't the traditional truck driver. You know what I'm talking about? I say, man, fuck these people. And if you listen to this world, nigga, you gon' live your life on this traditional trick shit. You gonna let everybody go to the Bible when it's time, when they trying to prove a point to you. You ain't gonna hold them to that same Bible verse. You just gonna let them pull it on you. You know what I'm talking about? Traditional tricks. And we just sit around here with that yesterday mumbo jumbo shit, bruh. And I'm just here to tell you, bro, I don't want to hear that shit. Not me. Fuck y'all. That's why I live the way I do, man. Fuck y'all. I ain't bullshitting with you. Nigga, when I leave this motherfucking nigga, I'm gonna leave a hell of a memory. Y'all gonna smile when you talk about me when I'm gone, nigga. I ain't bullshitting. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't bullshit, nigga. When I pass and y'all get to talking about me, nigga, you gonna be crying and smiling, nigga. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing but shake your motherfucking head and say that nigga was a goddamn fool. I'm gonna make you smile when you think about me. Cause I keep telling you, bruh, if it wasn't for me on some real shit, y'all wouldn't even know what real is. You know what I'm talking about? You wouldn't even know what real is. Y'all wouldn't know what a real nigga was. Y'all wouldn't know what the fuck a real friend was. Y'all wouldn't know. You know what I'm talking about? You wouldn't. Gas brake dip on mine, nigga. You wouldn't know what gas brake dip meant. You know what I'm talking about? But traditional tricks, Thursday. And y'all play too much. Y'all lazy minded. That's what I tell you. You motherfuckers is lazy minded. A good majority of y'all hold on or not, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? I'm finna post my motherfucking self like, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Right back up on you as promised, live, no jive. You know what I'm talking about? Right back up on you as promised, live, no jive. Making no noise, avoiding all decoys, like, you know what I'm talking about? In the big old truck, switching big old lanes, doing my thing, hoping y'all doing the big old same. You know what I'm talking about? What's good with the people? Traditional tricks, Thursday. You say traditional tricks, all that mumbo jumbo. All that shit y'all use is rationalization so you don't have to be about that action. Like I said, nigga, we done created a whole motherfucking world of a motherfucking debate team. So all you can do is just say shit out your mouth. You ain't got to do shit. You can just tell the motherfucker what you gonna do, what you done did. You ain't actually got to do nothing. You know what I'm talking about? You could just come tell a motherfucker that you know how to drive a helicopter. We don't actually have to see you driving a helicopter. You know what I'm talking about? You could just come tell a motherfucker you know how to drive a helicopter. You know what I'm talking about? Traditional tricks. Y'all just talk too motherfucking much. Just a bunch of talk. But a good majority of this world is lazy-minded. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't gonna even do what it necessarily needs to take. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's why you think right now you can work too much. You know what I'm talking about? You know, I keep telling you, you motherfuckers know how to go slave for them jobs. You don't know how to work on yourself. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all good for going to slave for that job. You don't know how to work on yourself, though. You'll just leave yourself unemployed. You know what I'm talking about? You won't even go to work for yourself. You'll leave yourself unemployed, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? And be running around here with just the ragliest of things that's called you. And that's why y'all conduct, that's why y'all so raggedy for real. I ain't bullshitting with you. That's why you motherfuckers so raggedy. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't gonna never do nothing but be raggedy. As long as you think like that, you just raggedy waiting to expand. You know what I'm talking about? Raggedy waiting to expand. And I can't, I'm gonna tell you what I can't stand. I can't stand the motherfucker that try to tell you what they mouth, what they ain't. You get what I'm saying? You can't tell a motherfucker with your mouth what you is and what you ain't. Your action speaks for what you is and what you ain't. That's just like a bitch. You can say I'm not a hoe, but you running around here fucking on everybody, getting trains ran on you. You can say you're not a hoe all you want to. You know what I'm talking about? You can say you're not a hoe. You know what I'm talking about? But your action says different. Because that's what we like to do. We don't like to be, we don't really like to be about what we even is, bro. We just like to talk you into some shit that we is or we ain't. We like to talk you into that we real, or we like to talk you into like that shit. I'm not no hoe, or I'm not no fake ass. And all you do is fake ass shit. All you do is hoe shit. You know what I'm talking about? Traditional tricks. Debate ass society we didn't have created. So now you can just go back and forth with a motherfucker about your mouth, just like that Bible. Now let me tell you something about that. They're gonna say, bro, don't start talking about that Bible. I'm gonna say, fuck you and that Bible. That's what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm talking about? You can believe that shit if you want to. I bet you your mama passed that brainwashing down to you. And if your mama didn't, I bet you somebody that was brainwashed by that Bible passed that shit on down to you. And you ain't never, I bet you ain't never seen no results about that motherfucking Bible, nigga. Like, nigga, all that shit is common sense, nigga. Y'all ain't even read them books when they done went over there to them pyramids and stole all them people. Like the 10 Commandments. Y'all didn't know it was really like 40 or 50 of the motherfuckers, nigga. They just gave you 10, bro. They done stole that shit from them Egyptian people or whoever the fuck they believe that shit if you want to, bro. Y'all don't believe that shit. I don't think y'all believe it because I ain't seen nobody while I've been living do that shit. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't never seen nobody do it. You know what I'm talking about? I just hear people reciting that shit, like I said, traditional tricks. I'm gonna make you feel God. Because when you ain't got no game, you gonna start trying to preach that Bible. Because then I'm telling you, bro, I done seen so many niggas and bitches alike do this shit. I done seen so many, that's why there's so many devilish Christians around this motherfucker. That's why there's so many people around this motherfucker that claim they Christians but steadily trying to get revenge on God's children. That's why you got so many motherfuckers that claim they Christians, but they judging you. That's why you got so many Christians that can just see what everybody else do, but can't see what you do. That's why you got so many Christians up here with church channels that talk about the devil. You never really hear people talk about God. You just hear people talk about the consequences of God. You know what I'm talking about? You hear church people talk more about the devil than you do God. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. Traditional tricks Thursday, man. Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. But that's the biggest traditional trick they done gave your punk ass. And you done run around here, nigga, and you been spewing. But when you ain't got no game, you gonna go to that Bible, especially a nigga. If you ain't got no game, you gonna go straight to that Bible. And then you gonna try to act like, because you ain't got no backbone, you gonna start talking about what it said in the Bible. Like God said, respect the man. You know what I'm talking about? So you just can't garner no respect about who you is. You gotta go use God words to try to make a bitch feel like if she disrespecting you, she going against what God wanted. I get so tired of y'all with that shit. And people just do that as a when you ain't got no game, you recite Bible verses so you can put your words close to God's. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's what you do when you ain't got no game. You got to put your words close to God. Then you got to remind people what God says, so it'll make them feel like if they disobeying you now, they disobeying God, because this is what God wanted. But you ain't never seen nobody do what God wanted. You just hear them talk about what God wanted. Traditional tricks. Thursday. And y'all hella boozy. That's why y'all don't know nothing. And that's going to be your curse. You just getting older, not knowing nothing. You gonna be the same 10 years from now. You gonna be the same shit. You gonna be the same shit. Just like you was the same shit before 10 years from now. You was the same shit 10 years ago. You was the same shit 10 years before that. And your goofy ass ain't realized that you need to expand your motherfucking your mental. You know what I'm talking about? That's why people, just us ass people, that's why you end up getting what the fuck you get. It is. That's why you end up getting what the fuck you get. That's why you can't make an adjustment. You know what I'm talking about? In your life. That's why you keep talking about a no good motherfucker, but y'all, a nigga and bitch alike. Y'all keep talking about everybody that ain't good, and it seems like somehow y'all keep having kids by everybody that ain't good. Y'all don't make no sense. But I'm trying to figure out, how do you even keep on fucking on all these people that ain't no good? You know what I'm talking about? You just give yourself up like that? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all don't make no sense. Because y'all scared to tell y'all just scared to be y'all. So what ends up happening is you just nasty. You know what I'm talking about? But you scared to say I'm nasty and I just like to fuck. That's why I don't really trip on who I fuck on, because I just like to fuck. You feel what I'm saying? That's gonna make you feel nasty, because if you just come out here and say something like that, they gonna tease you. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all something straight out of comic book. You know what I'm talking about? So y'all travel the world traditional tricks. And that's what got you fucked up. So you travel the world doing what y'all travel the world doing what you really want to do. Y'all just get mad when people find out about it. You know what I'm talking about? Because you really want to go around here and just do what you want to do. You just don't want people talking about it. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit. Traditional tricks. And I'm going to tell you the most traditional tricks that I done seen with nigga and bitch, bruh. They say, what's that? When it comes to these marriages and these kids and shit, just people, nigga and bitch. I done seen both of them do it. Like somehow y'all figure, like somehow people, like y'all as people, y'all think that you can come tell somebody else, like trying to figure out a way to put it, to lay it out for you, bro, to keep it real. You know what I'm talking about, man? Traditional tricks. But y'all come with that traditional tricks, like you'll come with whatever means something to you, and you act like that gotta mean something to somebody else. You know what I'm talking about? That's the best way to put it. Y'all come with some shit that means something to you, and you think you think what your mama told you supposed to mean something to somebody else. It don't. It don't. You know what I'm talking about? You think, I don't know, nigga, you got a fish. You think because you love this fish, that's supposed to mean something to somebody else. You think that with something that means something to you, you think it's supposed to mean the same thing to somebody else. It don't, bro. This world don't give a fuck. That's just like the day my mama died. I realized it was just my mama died. The rest of the world was going on. You know what I'm talking about? The rest of the world was still going on. Don't nobody else give a fuck about my mama dying. You know what I'm talking about? But us in the world, we ain't grown enough to understand that. You know what I'm talking about? So when something happened to us, we act like the rest of the world gotta accept whatever we feel. We like the rest of the world have to feel that way. I keep telling you niggas, they turned this world into one big ass debate team with traditional tricks. And that's the one right there. If you know my whole motherfucking life, this shit I done had to endure, nigga, about somebody trying to tell me some shit that they done learn from somebody else, or some shit that they, nigga, I don't give a fuck about that shit, nigga. Give a fuck what you learned. I've been alive around this motherfucker my own self, nigga. I learned what I didn't learn, man. I don't need to take no motherfucking advice from your mama and your daddy, you know what I'm talking about? Just like I told y'all, man, a lot of people around here was on drugs. So a lot of that shit they was telling you, nigga, they was high. And you ain't learned that shit yet. You ain't got old enough on your motherfucking own to decipher what's bullshit and what wasn't. Like them people just wanted to get high, so they was telling your ass anything to get your ass on away from there so they can handle grown folks' business. And y'all done sat around here and carry that shit with you half your life, talking about what your motherfucking mama and daddy. Man, I don't want to hear that shit. Give a fuck what them people done told you. You know what I'm talking about? But this is the dumbass shit we do. And we act like that shit means something. And once again, we only bring shit up traditional tricks. Is when we either trying to prove a point or when we trying to get out of something being our fault. Them the only times we bring shit up, because we hate being at fault, because we want to know everything. That's what we do. We know everything. You don't know nothing and we know everything. You know what I'm talking about? And you must be perfect, even though we the ones that know everything. You know, y'all some straight out of comic book. Told you this whole world and just got to reverse psychology, bruh. But y'all gonna curse yourself because you're gonna be stupid. And you always gonna feel stupid for the rest of your life. Because you don't know nothing. And you always gonna be around somebody that knows way more than you. And you gonna feel stupid. That's why y'all really be getting defensive and shit. And like I said at the beginning of this video, man, a lot of y'all don't know shit. You know what I'm talking about? And on top of that, a lot of y'all is too old to not even know the shit that you don't know. But instead of y'all goofy ass understanding that, like, man, ain't nobody taught me nothing. Instead of y'all understanding that shit, y'all want to sit out here and argue with people and debate with people who know shit. That shit don't even make no sense, folks. This shit y'all think y'all know, like, because people know technical shit, you know what I'm talking about? Because there's a lot of shit, like, you know what I mean, when it comes to that paperwork and shit. Just hella shit you might not know how to do. And I ain't talking about that, because that shit ain't got nothing to do with life. Y'all don't know shit, because most of y'all ain't been around nothing. You ain't. Y'all ain't never been around nothing. That's why y'all get uncomfortable when you got a chance to be around something. You can go around some rich people right now and you'll keep on talking about how they acting funny. They ain't acting funny. You just insecure about being broke. So you see people acting funny. You can go around some rich people right now and you'll think they high-siding on you. I've been telling y'all this shit for 3 years. It's only broke people that come up with all them sayings and shit, bruh. Just like when you was little and they told you, man, you just don't run around, nigga. That's only for broke people, bruh. It's only broke people that tell their kids don't get to picking shit up in the store. Nigga, people with money don't give a fuck what the kid pick up. They gonna buy that shit. It's only broke people who tell their kids shit like that. Now, when we get in the store, you better not be running around there. And you know why they don't want you to pick shit up? Because it's gonna embarrass them because they can't buy it. So it ain't even that it ain't even that they mad that you picking. They ain't trying to teach you no lesson. They trying to save themselves some embarrassment because they broke. I'm telling you, bro, it's only broke people that come with advice. You know what I'm talking about? Trying to feel better. Why you thinking so many miserable motherfuckers picking on the next motherfucker, bro? That shit is a deflection so they don't have to deal with the bullshit that they is, bro. Why you think somebody always figuring out, or why you think people never find out a way to fix the problem they really got in their real life? Why you think motherfuckers only come up to the conclusion what other people should do? What these people should do in their RICO case, or what these people should do in their relationship, or with this mother? Why you think people never came up with one answer with the real issues they got going on in their life? They could come up with a million other reasons for anything. Traditional tricks, bruh. That shit is just the slowest, oldest shit in the book, bruh. I could sit up here and talk about the next motherfucker all day to have to keep from facing what's really going on in my life. You know what I'm talking about? Because I know it's a million motherfucking things that you probably could fix in your own life, but you ain't going to come up with no conclusion to that. You're going to sit around and play all day. Because when you come in contact with people, bruh, you're going to do one of three things, bruh. You either going to build something with them, you're going to learn something from them, or you're going to waste your time. Those are the only three things that can come out of people. It is, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? It is, bruh. On some real shit. And a lot of times, if you can't learn something from people, bruh, you wasting your time. If you just a motherfucker and you got all the knowledge, or you just got all the experience, you got all, bruh, fucking with somebody you can't learn nothing from, bruh, that shit'll dumb you down, nigga. You ain't doing nothing but teaching at that point. You can't even sharpen your game. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit. Yeah, you can't even sharpen your game. Traditional tricks. Thursday, bruh. Don't never let another motherfucker make you slow. You know what I'm talking about? Traditional tricks. And one of them old, big old traditional tricks we play in this society, in this day and age right here, man, it's just that right there, man. We try to, we got too many, we just talk too much, bruh. That's what we do, bruh. We just talk too much. We don't never do shit. We ain't got no actions behind nothing. We don't do nothing but talk. And we try to get credit for making points. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't even gotta have no action now. You could just be intelligent. You know what I'm talking about? And the power goes to who can sound the most intelligent and make the most points in an argument. Because we on some debate shit. You know what I'm talking about? We on some WL shit with our mouth. That's what we really on. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, some straight out of comic book, brain bullshit with you. Traditional tricks. But a motherfucker try to, man, don't never let nobody talk you up out your willpower, yo, man. Listen, bro, whatever you want, you be on it. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's what you got to be on for you. You don't never let nobody talk you out, man. Ever since I've been going to the nigga football practice, bro. You know what I'm talking about? It's been one of these old square ass motherfuckers. It was either a nigga mad because he wasn't good enough to play football, or they just didn't have nothing to do. So they always try to talk what you do down, because that's what people who can't do nothing or confident in themselves, that's what they do. They try to talk you down. You get what I'm saying? Man, nigga always going to football practice, man. That's square ass. All right, bro. You know what I'm talking about? But you sit right here. You know what I'm talking about? I'm finna go play football. You sit right here, nigga. That's what I'm finna do. I'm finna go play basketball. I'm finna go play football, nigga. I'm finna go rap. That's what I'm finna do. You can say, what am I making music for? I ain't saying. You can have any opinion, nigga. What is you doing, bro? Because while you watching me and talking about what I'm doing and what I ain't doing, you ain't did nothing. That's what I noticed. You ain't been able to talk about nothing you've been able to accomplish. The only thing you accomplished is watching me. You know what I'm talking about? You got a good visual of this nigga right here. That's the only thing you done did. But that's why people sit around and man, this a cold, just the aura that's on people now, bro. I swear to God, bro. Just the aura that's on people. Y'all, I ain't gonna even say hate. It's just envy, it's spite. You know what I'm talking about? It's a motherfucker mad at you. It's a motherfucker bothering you about whatever you doing while they doing nothing. Like them niggas is always reading out the Bible. Y'all ever seen one of them niggas? Them niggas been to have hella kids and shit. Some old, they been to bring, y'all just weird, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all done seen hella niggas like that. That just sit around on their ass in front of their kids and some more shit. Nigga, your kids ain't never even seen you be a man. I don't understand that. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know how to do that shit. I told you, bro, when my kids was here, and this not saying that I'm better than you or anything like that, man, because some people will call me a deadbeat dad, talking about, man, you ain't even, man, fuck y'all. When I had my kids, I took care of them. That's what I tell you. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, when the kids was on me, I did my job. I did what was, you know what I'm talking about? I did what was, asked of me to do. That's when I realized the world is just like kids, nigga. Big Josh, what's good with it, man? Last Argent's tapping in. What's up, baby? Cuz, thank you for coming through this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm talking about? Traditional tricks, Thursday. I was talking about when I had my kids, man. And I took care of them. But when I had my kids, that's when I realized the rest of this world is just like my kids. You get what I'm saying? They just like your kids, man. That's when I realized that, bruh. The rest of these world is just like watching a bunch of kids. You get what I'm saying, man? Everybody just playing, and they gonna just try whatever they can. Nobody really want to learn nothing. They don't want you to tell them nothing. They want to do what they want to do, and somehow they want you to fund they fun. They don't want to listen about nothing because kids know everything, just like y'all do in this life. Y'all ain't never been around no game, but y'all know everything. And then somebody gonna come around you and tell them what they mama or they daddy or they uncle told them. And if you my age, there's a good chance your people was high when they told you that shit, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. Them people was just trying to tell you anything so they could blow that coke, nigga. And your silly ass ain't even realized that yet. Like y'all never got to an age, nigga, where you could realize. You say what? Traditional tricks, facts. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't bullshitting with you, bruh. And it's like motherfucker ain't came to your own thought, nigga. Like you really like, man, mama was high as a motherfucker. Daddy was high as a motherfucker when they was sitting there saying that shit. And a lot of times they just wanted you to get a fuck away from there so they could do what they was called telling you it was grown folks' business. Them people was trying to get high, bruh. So after shit them people told you, they told you when they was high. And you done lived half your life on that bullshit. Somebody else high talk, jibber jabber. Man, I don't want to hear that shit. Just all that shit, any of that shit, bro. All that slave shit and what we, nigga, listen, bro. You, as a black man, bro, you gonna have whatever life, nigga, that you told yourself that a black man was gonna have, nigga. It's up to you to create a life. Oh, this ain't even a one. It's up to you to create a life for the black man. I can just tell you about the life this black man had, bro. You know what I'm talking about? It's up for you to create your own life for a black man. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I'm going out the way I'm going out, bro. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm talking about? I'm telling you, nigga, when I pass, y'all gonna talk about me with a smile, nigga. Cause I'm gonna be that nigga that kept it in your face. I'm gonna be that nigga that tell you to shut the fuck up in front of everybody. Fuck you niggas. Man, I'm not listening to that shit, man. Who the fuck know this nigga? I'm that nigga, bro. Where the fuck this nigga came from, bro? I'm that nigga gonna speak his mind. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna be quiet because the big nigga over here, you know what I'm talking about? You say that's 80% was something else. You said the 80s was something else. Oh yeah, I promise you they was. It was some real gang came up out of there. But motherfuckers just traditional tricks, bruh. That Bible one, just all this shit is one, bruh. And we use that shit as a rationalization so we don't have to do something or so we can do something. Right now, we'll go bust a nigga upside his head and use that Bible verse, an eye for an eye. And you ain't even bust that nigga in his head for something you did. You just found that Bible verse that's gonna coincide with your actions. And that's all we do, bruh. But y'all really use that Bible on the earth, if we keeping it real, y'all use that motherfucker for the rational, for the universal rationalization. So whenever you do something, bruh, you can say God forgives us all. God said don't judge. You know what I'm talking about? Why we judging though? We gonna say, hey, man, we just act like God worked for us. All right, y'all just something straight out of the comic book, bruh. I don't be wanting to hear that shit because it's just an excuse. And in today's society, if you just want to keep it real, nigga, we raising a lazy-minded motherfucker. I ain't bullshitting with you. You say bump tradition and that shit keep a brother trapped. I promise you it do, bruh. But we don't be wanting to go nowhere, bruh. We just be wanting to make excuses through life. We just want to live this life as easy. That's why you got lazy-minded. That's why right now, nigga, talking about black people can't work together. Nigga, black people can't work for themselves. It ain't even about no shit. We can't work together. Nigga, you too lazy to work for yourself. Y'all think lazy. You know what I'm talking about? Us. Not me, though. I can't put me in that one, nigga. Ain't nothing lazy about my thinking. You know what I'm talking about? They made a sitcom about me back in the day. It was called MacGyver. You know what I'm talking about? They was trying to give homage to the baby cuz, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Get out the situation with a paper clip, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Gas brake dip before I, you know what I'm talking about, on mine, nigga. Yikes before I strike. Gas brake dip on mine. Yeah, they had a sitcom in the early 80s and shit about baby cuz. It was called MacGyver. It just showed you how you could do something with anything that you have, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, I see you, man. You know what I'm talking about? But we ain't gonna do that. Y'all thought that nigga was doing too much, man. That shit was a metaphor for the baby cuz, nigga. You use what you got. There is no situation that you can't get out of, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, there is no situation you can't get out of. But us just as people, man, this is why y'all get on my nerves. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't bullshitting with you, man. Because you don't know how to think, and you just y'all think in problems instead of solutions. We sit around all day talking about what's bad. It'll be nothing wrong and we'll find something wrong. And when you find a person like that, that is a person who has been around nothing but misery their own self. So, because when you, man, listen, bruh, I bullshit you not. Anybody that you ever seen that came from some misery, that just came from the people that was always angry and shit like that, bruh, them people ain't did nothing but pass that shit on. It's like a vampire. It's just like that movie Sinners. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all don't do nothing but pass that shit on. So it's like a motherfucker install some negativity in you that you just take somewhere else like a roach. You can't never kill that shit. You know what I'm talking about? You could drop a napalm bomb on that shit, nigga, and the negativity still gonna be living. You know what I'm talking about? Because you don't know nothing else. And just half of y'all don't know shit and you're lazy minded. I ain't bullshitting with you. Yeah, I ain't bullshitting with you. You're lazy minded and you don't know nothing, bruh. And that's how I ain't never got how you motherfuckers can go to work every day. You'll get up early, you'll be to work 15 minutes early, nigga, and you just let yourself go. You care more about your job than you do your motherfucking self. I don't get that, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? You ever seen a motherfucker like that? Like your work clothes, they, you said Magnum PI and Dukes of Hazzard days. I promise you, man. You know what I'm talking about? Look, I used to love the Dukes of Hazzard. Man, I got old, realized them niggas was riding around with a Confederate flag on that motherfucker. God damn, nigga, I was hella mad at my mama and daddy, man. Why y'all even let me watch some shit like that, man? You know what I'm talking about? Y'all ain't told me the motherfuckers was, racist as a motherfucking nigga. You know what I'm talking about? But, man, that nigga got the goofiest bitch in the world, man. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna stop, man. You know what I'm talking about? Then you gonna be honking your horn at me like y'all don't see this bitch. You know what I'm talking about? Like y'all don't see this bitch right here, nigga, escorting this big ass motherfucking dump truck up out of there. Like, that nigga better be cool right there, cause they be blurping you. They don't give a fuck if it's a truck or not. Nigga, you go more than 25. See, that was right there. They be blurping around here, man. It's always y'all see the police like, you know what I'm talking about? They looking at the baby cuz screen. You see baby cuz are following because baby cuz don't give a fuck about no goddamn police. Fuck y'all. I told you baby cuz come from a neighborhood that body slams the police and shit. We'll push you down if you come back there chasing one of us off balance. You know what I'm talking about? Fire on your bitch ass and take off. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out Mike. I don't know who Mike fired on out there. I think Mike fired on Mignette. I don't know who Mike fired on out there. But shout out Mike for firing on the police. You know what I'm talking about? With traditional tricks. And we just play too much. And we try to tease everybody else about what they is to hide the fact about what we not. Because if the conversation ever had to switch on us, we wouldn't be able to ask what we is. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't even got to ask me what I am, nigga. I done left it out here, nigga. You know exactly what's inside a bread like this. You know what I'm talking about? Or if you don't know, you can find out. I had that problem before. Because I told y'all, bro, I don't know if y'all just ever been state to state, man. I don't know if y'all from California, but if you ever go to other states and you happen to be from California, niggas don't really like you. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, niggas don't really like you. You're already against it, you know what I'm talking about? Unless you got some folks out there already or something, you know what I'm talking about? But if you just show up somewhere unannounced, yeah, niggas don't really like you, bro. You really got to fight harder from your rights. It ain't like being back home when you can just get up and call your partners and shit. You know what I'm talking about? So you be kind of on your own. You know what I'm talking about? So you gotta stand on shit yourself, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You can't just run around and use your mouth talking about I'm from the envy. I promise you, bro. They envy California wherever you go. I'm not bullshitting. I've been to one state that was kind of player that was Indiana. I was in Indianapolis, bro. They was kind of players. You know what I'm talking about? I was the only kind of place I went. They didn't have no they was cool. They was kind of curious about the California lifestyle. You know what I'm talking about? They wasn't hating and all that shit. But it ain't like you could just go somewhere and you can tell a motherfucker who you is, bro. They don't care. They be looking to do something to you. You know what I'm talking about? So when you go out of state, you gonna have to be what you is anyway, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? You go anywhere, you gonna have to be what you is. Cause one day somebody gonna question what you is, or they gonna try to. And on that day right there, on that day right there, you know what I'm talking about? You just give a nigga a handshake, introduce yourself. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they call me the stalk. You know what I'm talking about? Nice to meet you. God damn, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? You wonder why they call me the stalk. When it's on, I'm on you. Ain't no calling at all. No. I be mobbing for real. Make a nigga tap out, but a lot of them squeal. You think they won't, but a lot of them will. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit, man. Traditional tricks Thursday, man. But as the people, we play too much. We got too many excuses not to be the best us. We got too many excuses why we slow. We got too many excuses why we don't want to do nothing. We got too many excuses why we always broke. Why we always in the same situation. The bus gonna cut bro off. That's all right though. Gas brake dip on mine, nigga. Like, I'm just gonna get up here. I ain't gonna even fuck with the Cadillac on Vogues. You know what I'm talking about? Even though it might be a player up in there. You know what I'm talking about? The Cadillac's on Vogues. Is it a player up in there, man? Oh, I knew the nigga in the, you know what I'm talking about? I knew a nigga in a white Cadillac on Vogues was gonna be a player, man. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? But traditional tricks, bruh, and all you doing, and I've been telling y'all this for 3 years, all you doing, bruh, is causing your motherfucking self harm. You know what I'm talking about? Because you ain't doing nothing but slowing yourself down. You ain't doing nothing but setting yourself up to be that piece of shit years on down the line, bruh. Yeah, you ain't doing nothing, bruh. You ain't helping your cause by sitting around here being that shit you is. And that's what's wrong with y'all, man. You know what I'm talking about? Because you would rather just stay that same old piece of shit that you is, man. You know what I'm talking about? I told y'all don't be fully fleshing. You know what I'm talking about? And somehow y'all think people just want to sit around here and smell shit. You know what I'm talking about? Nah, bruh. Go clean that shit up off you. You know what I'm talking about? Or go on over there with some more pieces of shit. You know what I'm talking about? And just to keep it real, man, a lot of y'all is just pieces of shit, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of y'all just pieces of shit, nigga. I ain't bullshitting. Y'all go around and do some of the most damaging shit, or just most of the bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all go around and just do a whole bunch of spiteful, envious, haterous ass shit, and then y'all think about it after you do it, and then feel bad about it. You didn't feel bad about it before you did it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you didn't feel bad about it before you did it. Y'all got to do shit, then feel bad about it, then act, then want to come back. You ain't never thought about not doing it. You ain't never was sorry before you did something. Y'all got to go out there and do some bullshit and then feel bad about it now that you took it too far, even though you didn't come up with this same mind state before you did it. Nothing clicked in your head to say, man, this ain't even cool. You actually got to go carry something out, then feel sorry about it. Do you realize that's just like going to knock a nigga down, then feel sorry about it after they already done left this earth? Y'all some straight out of the comic book, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? But y'all ain't doing nothing but creating a society for yourself. Y'all ain't doing nothing but creating a society for yourself. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfucking traditional tricks. But I'm gonna tell you, it's that Bible, and I'm gonna tell you something that I've been coming across. You say, call BM shit smellers. Yeah, I promise you, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Smell it straight just like a piece of shit, man. And try to, I've been watching that shit my whole life. I'm gonna tell you a traditional trick that y'all just get on my nerves with, and it got to do with that Mary shit, and it just got to do with, it got to do with that marital shit, and it has to do with, like, this with that whole day, like I said, bruh. We be coming around this motherfucker talking about what somebody told us, not some shit that we learned ourselves. We want you to listen to some bullshit that somebody told us. And I keep telling y'all that, bro. You act like it make a difference if your mama or daddy or uncle, whoever told you something, bro, them people didn't got no sense. Whatever the fuck they told you probably didn't make no sense. And y'all been living y'all half y'all life on that dumb ass yesteryear ass shit. But I've been a part of this shit myself, and I've been seeing it from other grown-ups since I've been little. I've been seeing motherfuckers because they always act like this marriage shit is so holy in the Bible, and this is what God preached, and I just can't stand that shit. But what I have actually seen is people that's actually, they might be legally married, right? But they don't fuck with each other or something. They separated, but they might actually be legally married. I have watched motherfuckers since I've been little. I've been a part of this shit myself. I have actually seen motherfuckers somehow try to make it, like, say you fucking with somebody, you married, you legally married, you said you ain't lying, bro. I promise you. Say somebody legally married, and then, but they fuck with somebody else. My whole life, I have been watching the motherfucker who was legally married, whether it was a bitch or a nigga, somehow trying to make the motherfucker that they was talking to respect that they marriage, even though they supposed to be separated. It's all something straight out of comic book, bro. Like somehow the Bible oversees, man, that looked like Lil Rue. You know what I'm talking about? Not Lil Rue, Lil Rue. Somehow the Bible supersedes, like you gotta sit, man, that shit don't make no sense. You know what I'm talking about? And that's just how you know bullshit people, bro. Because bullshit people just try to get away. They never really try to change themselves. They just try to find new ways to get away with their same shit. You say, bro, why you bring that up? Because I don't want to spoil the movie for y'all. But Sinners, it was something like that on, you know what I'm talking about? On that movie, man, they had a bitch in the old juke joint that was married, man, but she kept coming around that motherfucker for a young fella. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I ain't bullshitting with you. And that shit be hella funny. Just how the bitch went about it. You know what I'm talking about? The bitch came out flirting, but was trying to explain to the nigga that she was married. You get what I'm saying? But you steadily flirting. I'm telling you, man, I peeped this shit probably when I was 11, 12 years old. Man, y'all don't be business. Man, I don't even know nobody, maybe 3 people. You know what I'm talking about? But y'all just be looking for title. Especially a bitch. Y'all just be looking for a title because you feel that somebody, y'all be like Suge Avery. You know what I'm talking about? Who else remember that movie, The Color Purple? Suge Avery was the motherfucking town slut, nigga. That bitch daddy stopped fucking with her. You know what I'm talking about? Then that bitch went somewhere to get married. And she somehow, because a bitch think married, because y'all read that Bible, that other traditional trick, and you think in your head that being married makes you pure, even though you the most unpurest thing in the world, bro. A title can't make you anything, bitch. You got to make yourself. Or bitch, nigga, you got to make y'all self. And this is the problem with people. Y'all want the appearance of shit without being that. See, I don't have to have the appearance of being solid. I am solid. You know what I'm talking about? You can't fake being solid. You get what I'm saying? Solid, my mouth doesn't make me solid. My contribution to the game makes me solid. You get what I'm saying? So you ain't lying facts. On everything I love, man. I can't sit here and be solid with my mouth. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta be solid with your actions. But what we do now is we try to talk you into us being solid while we still just running around this motherfucker not being solid. We want to do fake shit, but we want to be seen. We want to lie and shit, but we want you to believe us. And since I've been living, bro, you know the funniest thing, bro? It seems like a motherfucker get mad when you don't believe a lie. I don't understand that, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Gotta be solid with our walk. You do, folks. And that's in your life gonna let you know if you solid, bro. I ain't bullshitting with you. And really just being solid with yourself is just knowing yourself, bro. It ain't no shit because like we just do too much shit, that traditional trick shit. Somebody done told y'all it was a sin to use drugs, or it was a sin to it's a sin to use drugs, it's a sin to fornicate. All this shit is a sin. But what ain't a sin, bro? Who came up with this shit? It's a sin to do all that, but the white people that gave you the Bible came over here and killed your people, raped the women. They did all that shit that they said it was a sin to. So, I mean, y'all just, I don't want to hear that shit, bro. I'm going to tell you, fuck you and that Bible. Like, you know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm going to tell you. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you, fuck you and that Bible, all that yesteryear ass shit. I don't want to hear that shit, man. I don't want to hear shit about that Bible until y'all tell me who is getting the motherfucking money for the Bible. You know what I'm talking about? Because I just think we need to split that money up against the... Yeah, man. Because if you ask me, man, I don't think it'll be no more homelessness if we could just split up that money that we've been making from the Bible for all these years, because it's been the #1 bestseller every year. And I think if we could just split up the proceeds from the Bible I think that'd be godly. You know what I'm talking about? We should just split up the proceeds that we get off the Bible every day. That seemed like a godly thing to do. Y'all ain't gonna even ask them people about where that money going. I ain't never heard nobody ask that question. But RB, actually. Shout out RB. I ain't never even heard nobody asked about where did the prost go from the fucking Bible. You know what I'm talking about? Or why they ain't cracked that motherfucking where the Pope in them at? Why they ain't cracked that shit open and use some of that gold? Some of them gold. Y'all still straight out of the comic book, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all ain't asked the Pope or nothing, man. Y'all all on this other nigga talking about he done misused his funds from his non-profit organization. Y'all ain't questioning people about that Bible, though. I guess they ain't misused their funds. Y'all something straight out of the comic book, bro. And that's what I can't stand about black people, bro, because y'all only got questions for y'all own. Y'all ain't even asked the Pope if he believed in God, why he be riding around in bulletproof, why does that nigga be riding around with a bulletproof cart, nigga? Y'all silly, bruh. Traditional tricks. Y'all just live off a bunch of shit that these people done told you. You know what I'm talking about? But once again, we only use that shit that these people done told us as rationalization so we don't have to go hard. You know what I'm talking about? And it ain't nothing weaker than a motherfucker who ain't willing to go as hard as they can for their motherfucking self, bruh. That's weak. But I realized in this day, they say, bro, you always realizing something, man. Fuck y'all. Because I realize it. Y'all weak. Y'all got a weak society. Y'all weak. Y'all is. Y'all hella weak. That's why y'all ain't got, that's why y'all don't never change yourself and y'all just talk about the next person. Y'all be talking about people that be doing the same shit as y'all. Y'all be talking about people and their kids and all that shit, and y'all be having the same shit going on with you and your kids. Y'all always see what somebody else could do, but you don't never see what you could do. You know what I'm talking about? And when it comes down to it, what I realize between nigga and bitch, y'all just don't want nobody to tell y'all nothing. That's all it is, bruh. You want to sit around this motherfucker like you just know everything, and somebody gonna say, bruh, you just want to sit. I don't even got nothing to tell your bitch ass. I don't think you got that part. I don't want to tell you nothing. I tell your bitch ass to go find out for yourself just like I did, nigga. That's what I tell you. But I ain't came back with one of the messages talking about single mamas and all. I ain't got one of the messages for you, nigga. I tell you to find out just like I did. Because I guarantee you them same niggas that tell you don't fuck with this bitch or that bitch, I guarantee you them niggas been fucking. I guarantee you them niggas fucking with one of them bitches right now. I ain't here to tell you what you shouldn't do and you should do. I don't know. I can't tell you that. I don't even know why y'all listening to people if you believe in God. Should nobody be able to tell you nothing. For y'all to believe in God, y'all sure do listen to man a lot. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I ain't bullshitting with you. So, I ain't bullshitting with you. But we're out here, man. You know what I'm talking about? Beautiful motherfucking day. Thursday. I ain't really got nothing to do, man. Like I said, I'm grateful. Just traditional tricks. Yeah, traditional tricks. But this even after, like I said, I went to go see Sinners last night. And just that movie had a bunch of traditional tricks in there. You know what I'm talking about? All the belief and what people have said and all that old shit. And this and that and that. Man, you better learn your motherfucking self, bruh. Fuck all that shit, folks. And I'm gonna tell you, and they gonna say, bruh, this was wrong. Bruh, any of that shit, what does it matter in your life, folks? That's what I'm gonna ask you. Any of that shit, what does it matter in your life, bruh? If they went and grabbed the slaves, they hung the slaves all. You feel me, man? What does any of that matter in your life? Whatever has happened before, whatever the government, any of that shit, what does that shit has anything to do with your life? It don't, bruh. But we sit around here just like the gas prices. I told you, I hear motherfuckers complaining about gas prices that don't even got car. But this is what we'll do. We'll take on the rural problems and act like that's why we can't get ahead. Traditional tricks. You know what I'm talking about? Just like motherfuckers be sitting around here arguing. I don't give a fuck who president, bro. I don't be paying attention to that shit. None of that shit, bro. I might pay attention to some of them benefits they might be laying out, motherfuckers. See where I could get up on my game at. But other than that, bro, I don't be giving a fuck about that shit. That shit don't make me know. I don't give a fuck who run this country because I run my own country. You know what I'm talking about? I'm the president of my country. You know what I'm talking about? Campaigning like the mayor. Go on and make me mayor, president. I represent the elephant. From the Oakland A's, East Oakland resident, hella lit. You know what I'm talking about? Traditional tricks. But y'all gonna sit there and use all the motherfucking excuses in the world not to change. You gonna use all the motherfucking excuses in the world to be lazy. You gonna use all the motherfucking excuses in the world. Just, y'all pitiful. A lot of y'all. On some real shit, and it's sad. It is. That shit's sad. It's just like a day, bro. We living in a day, I swear to God, bro, where I told y'all when I was growing up, people just cared more about themselves. Nigga and bitch the same, bruh. Nigga came out the house smelling good, looking good, all that. Now, in this daytime right here, bruh, people don't even care about themselves. You know what I'm talking about? You can smell a motherfucker who not proud of themselves. I'm not bullshitting with you, folks. They say, what, bruh? Nigga, you can smell a motherfucker who ain't proud of themselves, bruh. People don't care about themselves no more. People more worried about what you doing, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? You think these motherfuckers is really taking pride in themselves, smelling good and all that shit? I'm gonna be the best. No, they not, bro. They don't even care. Motherfucker come out the house with their head all over their head to talk about you. Steadily in your business, though. You know what I'm talking about? Gas brake dip on mine. Nigga like, ugh. You wanna go over there? You can go on, man. You know what I'm talking about? Cause I ain't the one that be I'm the one that gas brake dip, man. You know what I'm talking about? They say, bruh, come on with it. But since I've been living, bruh, the number one thing is y'all get mad when you not stand up. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all get mad at what other people is. And once again, that's just being mad at what you ain't. You get what I'm saying? But that's all it is, bruh. Ever since I've had willpower, ever since I've had, I told you I get calls in real life. But ever since I've had willpower, bruh, ever since I've had, just everything that I am, bruh. It's been another lazy motherfucker watching me stick to my script and try to talk me off my script. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfucker with the same opportunity, motherfucker might be further than you, but they always trying to talk you up off your script, bruh. Because these motherfuckers don't, man, please, bruh. That's why you got to be the best thing for you in this traditional tricks Thursday. You can't listen to that shit, bruh. You got to come up with your own philosophy to live your days out here, bruh. I ain't bullshitting with you. Because if you don't, you just going to fall up under somebody else bullshit ass, lame ass blueprint, bruh. You going to follow up under some bullshit ass shit that a motherfucker, you know what I'm talking about? Some shit that somebody else said. I keep telling you, that's why when you meet these people, bruh, people is crazy. You can tell who people hang around. Told y'all I was just around some niggas, bruh. Them niggas was so goofy, bruh. I was just in jail around some goofy ass niggas. I told y'all I had to tell my nigga, bruh, I spent off on my nigga. Bruh, you sitting around here talking about that nigga? I don't be talking about that shit, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Sitting around here, niggas talking, it sound just like the world do today, man. Niggas talking about who they fought in the county jail and what they done stole. You know what I'm talking about? Man, you niggas something straight out of the comic book, bruh. And once again, most of y'all is slow. They gonna say, bruh, don't you be good. Y'all is, bruh, you slow. And you gonna remain slow. Because if you don't make yourself fast, somebody else gonna make you slow. If you don't make yourself sharp, somebody else gonna make you dumb. That is. But I peep y'all, just the world. I peep the program. It's whatever you do. It don't even matter. Whatever you do, they gonna come talk it down. And people talk you down because they can't talk themselves up. The same motherfucker talking you down, I guarantee you they, when they look in the mirror, they see 1,000 things they embarrassed about. That's why the bigger the audience is out here that I can tease you with and shit, the bigger my audience is to tease you with. That's why it make me feel better. The more people I can get to feel the same way I do, that's why it makes me feel better. It makes me feel worth something because I know I'm not shit. That's why I never really be I be trying to. That's why the people out here, they ain't never really I'm talking about with their actions, not their mouth. Nobody's really ever just trying to be solid. You know what I'm talking about? They just always trying to promote what you not. They never really trying to promote what they is. They just always trying to promote what you not. That's why as soon as you do something, the motherfucker try to come around here and let you know they did it first. You know what I'm talking about? Or that what you doing ain't nothing. You done been did that. You know what I'm talking about? Even though when you did it, it wouldn't get no attention like when they did it. See, that's what bothers you. The attention they get when they did it. Because even if you been did that, with nobody paying attention to it like they doing. So now you got to come remind people. The shit you doing ain't nothing. You been doing it. You know what I'm talking about? Something straight out of comic book, man. I ain't bullshitting with you. Traditional tricks. You said gotta be on that song. Yeah, traditional tricks, man. But it's good. Stay yourself. Because I promise you, you're going to be your reward and your own curse. You know what I'm talking about? Because most of y'all so stupid, you don't understand shit. That's why y'all don't have shit. Y'all so slow, that's why you don't never have nothing. That's why y'all don't never have no money. That's why you don't never have just nothing. That's why you don't never have nothing. You don't have no money. You don't have no peace. You don't have no happiness. You don't have nothing. All you ever have is that bullshit. That's you, and that's why your mind stay like that. That's why you can't even think in peace. All you can think of is in bullshit. Because that's all you worth, is bullshit. It ain't gonna probably hit y'all now. You ain't gonna realize it until you old. And then you realize you're gonna die alone because of the way you is. Don't nobody want to be around you. That's when y'all, most of y'all start paying for people to be around y'all and shit. You feel me? Motherfucker get hella old, then start wanting to buy everything and shit. You know what I'm talking about? This is how you continue with friends. I ain't bullshitting with you. Nigga, I know so many bitches like that nigga in real life right now. And they got hella old, about in their 50s and they motherfucking 60s. Late 50s, early 60s. And they gotta pay for company, bruh. They gotta take motherfuckers to lunches. They just, everything they do, they gotta pay to be around you because they don't know. Like, that's a shame, bro. I know so many bitches like that right now, today. They got hella old, nigga, and had to pay for company. Because if they don't pay for company, ain't nobody finna come over there, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Because ain't nobody ever gonna call them and just ask them, do they want to go to lunch or some shit like that? Do you want to? Ain't nobody gonna ever do that, bro. You get what I'm saying? On some real shit, bro. I know so many. So many. I was finna say I know a few niggas like that, but I know a gang of niggas like that. They just be paying for pussy though. It ain't so much they pay for company. They just don't have no problem with paying the bitch for some pussy. You know what I'm talking about? Trick. Don't let this world turn you into a trick, bruh. Don't let this world turn you into a person where you have to give somebody something to have company, bruh. Like you gotta pay people for companionship. Don't ever let this world turn you into a trick. Gas brake dip on mine, nigga. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, don't let the world turn you into a trick, but traditional tricks. And like I said, man, like I was talking about that mirror shit, because that's the number one thing that always come up out that Bible, bruh. Motherfucker always talk about that marriage. Motherfuckers never talk about like they talk about marriage and they talk about that abortion out that Bible. Them the two number one things that ever hit home. Notice how the people, they will always say, I don't have no opinion on abortion one way or the other because I don't have babies. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm not the one that have babies, so I don't, I ain't the really one with but this is what I noticed ever since I've been living, man. They always talking about how God say don't kill no babies. God say don't have sex before you marry, but somehow we skip all the way over that to get to the babies. How are we listening to that part? God said you shouldn't have sex before you marry. Then you wouldn't have to be worried about no abortions and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Because if you did get pregnant, it'd be by your husband. You know what I'm talking about? You know how many, man, y'all something straight out of the comic book. I just said that shit. Do you know how many people, like, in the world just act like that's a plus or something? Like, I didn't have babies out of wedlock. I had babies by my husband. Like, that means something? Like, that actually means something? Like, that makes you better than the bitch that had the kids out of wedlock or something? I guess that makes you wholesome. Even though the bitch that had the kids out of wedlock about her motherfucking business. You know what I'm talking about? And you ain't about nothing but excuses. You know what I'm talking about? Traditional tricks. But that's the main one that you get just out here in society, is that motherfucking marriage and that motherfucking abortion. And I ain't got no opinion on either one of them. I tell you to do whatever the fuck you feel like is necessary for you to do to get further in your motherfucking life, but stand on the right side of the code. I ain't got no opinions about that shit. What you do with your thing. I just always hear that y'all just quick for that shit. God say it's wrong that you don't supposed to kill babies. God say that you don't supposed to have babies until you married. And when you married, you should be a virgin. I don't get how many of you hoes that stood up there in front of God on your wedding night that then already had sex and you wasn't no virgin. I just don't get how y'all think. Y'all ain't got no problem with sitting up there disrespecting God in his face. Sitting up there and all that white knowing you just filthy. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all something straight out of comic book. Y'all be disobeying God every day, every morning you wake up. You know what I'm talking about? But then we gonna hold you to the scriptures in the Bible. We ain't gotta follow them ourselves. We just get to hold other people to them. You know what I'm talking about? So you ain't supposed to be married. I mean, you supposed to be married. That's the only thing because God said you're supposed to be married. So we always get to one thing that God said. So we just get married because this is what God said, but we ain't did none of this other shit. We just get married. I'm not gonna respect this nigga. I'm not gonna respect this bitch. We just get married. So I guess we supposed to get a blessing because we married. We ain't did nothing God said do in the relationship, nigga. We ain't never once respected each other. We ain't even respected these kids. We ain't did nothing that God said do. We just, man, y'all something straight out of comic book, bro. Traditional tricks. So y'all can believe that shit if you want to. I'm gonna tell you, go find out on your own, nigga, because bruh gonna come up with his own conclusion. I'm gonna tell you what bruh said. You know what I'm talking about? Because what I realized a long time ago, y'all don't even have faith. Y'all just be talking. Y'all don't be believing that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Only God gonna put God only gonna put what he can on all that. Y'all don't believe that shit, nigga. Then why you always complaining about what you going through? You know what I'm talking about? If God can only put you, why you got your Cash App on the screen? You know what I'm talking about? Why is you asking for help? If it's only God ain't gonna put you through nothing you can't handle. Why you got your Cash App on the screen then? Y'all something straight out of comic book, bruh. And I'm just here to tell you can listen to that shit if you want to, bruh. These people that came up with a whole blueprint for you to follow that thing, follow themselves. Just like when the white people gave the slaves that Bible. They done came up with a whole bunch of shit that you supposed to do and they do. You ain't supposed to kill. They came up with all these rules while they was doing you like that. They telling you what you ain't supposed to do, but they was doing you like that. Y'all something straight out of comic book. And y'all, and black people so ignorant, y'all still want to claim the Bible. That's where I'll be through with y'all, folks. If somebody that taught you that old slave ass mumbo jumbo, you still want to keep the Bible, even though your oppressor gave you that book. And you'll still act like that book was from God. You'll act like God put you through slavery so we can get that Bible. Man, y'all sound stupid, bruh. That's why when I be seeing niggas and they get to reciting that Bible, I already know where your brainwashing at, folks. I already know you ain't did shit that you finna repeat. That's what I know for a fact. You finna say all that shit out the Bible and you ain't did none of it yourself. You just finna tell everybody else what God said do in that Bible. You know what I'm talking about? Because I keep telling you. You know what I'm talking about? They fucking with it. You know what I'm talking about? The good people, man. They fucking with it, man. I see you, man. I see you. You know what I'm talking about? Them the white people too, man. They fucking with it. They hanging all out the window like the Duke boys. They got some motorcycles on the back of that motherfucker. They got a bitch in there. You know what I'm talking about? When you be seeing one bitch with 3 white people, they just like, well, that bitch fucking everybody. Because that's how, man, white people, you know what I'm talking about? They done turned on they, oh no, that was the shopping cart that pulled up next to them. You know what I'm talking about? Black people nasty like that now. That used to just be for for white people, man. Black people had a little bit more self-respect about themselves. You think, shit, today, please. 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 Gas brake dip on mine, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, bruh finna get up off this motherfucker and come right back. Don't worry about nothing. I'll wait till we get to 7-4. You know what I'm talking about? That's always a good number. You know what I'm talking about? That's always a good number. And they only got 2 bikes, so it's you don't even know how that's gonna work. Wherever they going, they didn't have nowhere near that many bikes unless somebody else gonna meet them there with some other bikes. They didn't have near as many bikes for all the people. That's how you know somebody just going to run that bitch. You know what I'm talking about? I don't even want to ride this motorcycle. I want to ride this bitch. You know what I'm talking about? Fuck this motorcycle. You know what I'm talking about? With traditional tricks. And I'm just gonna tell you, man, go ahead. Y'all can live up under that shit your whole life, man. I get tired of running into slow, dumb people. I ain't gonna bullshit with you, though. I get tired of y'all. You gonna say, brother, you know I'm on some real shit. Listen, bruh, I'm nowhere near slow and I'm nowhere near dumb. You get what I'm saying? Some people I came up around, and just the shit I've learned out here, being out here on concrete myself, you know what I'm talking about? I was privy to certain shit. And I just hate sitting around other motherfuckers that's slow, and then they want you to agree with that slow shit because they slow. I told you, when you fast around slow people, they just want you to agree with them too, so they can feel like they not stupid. And I get tired of that shit. That's how y'all end up dumbing yourself around. Because y'all scared to tell these motherfuckers you slow, shut your dumb ass. Y'all scared to tell these people. So y'all sit here and y'all try to placate these people, and you ain't doing nothing but leaving them slow. Like how y'all let them people keep coming to tell y'all that shit out the Bible. And y'all ain't held them to that standard yet. Y'all let people come tell you what God said, but you ain't told them what God said. You know what I'm talking about? You just let people, y'all something straight out of the comic book, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all let broke motherfuckers tell y'all how to have money. Y'all sat here and y'all follow the wisdom of people who don't know nothing, bruh. Do you get what I'm saying? And this is what y'all sit around and y'all talk about people that y'all hang around. Do you get what I'm saying? You would sit here and say, like how you bitches be doing with your baby daddy. Y'all will sit here and say all this shit about this nigga, but this the nigga you was with for the last 8 years. What does that say about you? Same shit y'all do with your baby mama. Y'all sit around here and y'all talk about this trifling ass bitch and this bitch, bruh, you got 4 kids by the bitch. What does that say about you? Somebody gonna say, baby, man, listen, bruh, y'all think I'm playing, nigga. It took me one time. They say, bro, y'all want to know the story? I ain't going to tell you the story, but they say, bro, why do you only got 1 kid? This brother had a couple of abortions himself. You know what I'm talking about? We just keeping that thing all the way straight. I think I'd probably have maybe 2 or 3 abortions, but that's when I was a kid. But when I actually had a kid, I'm talking about, I probably had a few abortions. I ain't had no abortions after my daughter was born. You get what I'm saying? Because I had and to keep it real, when it be with that abortion shit, I'm just telling you some bitches that I came across. I done came across some bitches that I think they wanted an abortion because they didn't even know who the baby daddy was. to keep it real. But because once I had a child, bruh, I seen how serious that shit was, bruh. You get what I'm saying? Just me being me. I seen how serious that shit was, bruh. And I realized even as a kid, that ain't no shit that you could play with, bruh. When you be bringing other lives into the world and shit, bruh, that ain't really no shit to play with. So I realized when that shit didn't work with me, when I brought the kid into the world, I realized that was some shit that a nigga couldn't keep repeating. Because that shit is way more serious, bruh. That shit is way more serious than you'll give it credit for. But we be just running around here playing fucking. And then we be playing fucking, and then we have these kids and we teach them the same shit we don't know. And we bring these kids up in these worlds with all this old dumbass shit we be on. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what we end up doing, bruh. We bring these kids into the world with the same dumbass shit we be on. And that's why I got one kid. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I got one. Because I told myself I wasn't finna confine myself to playing games with these bitches for the rest of my life. That's exactly what the fuck. I ain't finna just have hella kids and be going through all this old goofy ass shit with all these old goofy ass hoes. So, bruh, I was one and done. You know what I'm talking about? Because I realized how serious that shit was, and I realized how everybody else just be out here playing. You don't never even hear people talk about the kids and shit. You just hear people talk about child support, just dumb shit, bruh. I told you I be getting ready for work, bro. It be this that paternity course shit on in the morning. I be watching. I don't be watching that shit, but that shit be on. But I always see somebody get up there, bro, and they argument don't never be about the fucking kid, bro. Everything them people be talking about, like I just heard a motherfucker. They said, man, all they was talking about was bills and shit, bills and money. Talking about, man, once the nigga finds you, like, yeah, maybe now you can pay some bills. Or what the fuck do a baby got to do with paying bills, bro? Do y'all realize kids don't even have nothing to do with money, bro? You could be the brokest motherfucker in the world and still be the best parent, nigga. That shit don't have nothing to do with money, folks. But this is how y'all think. This is why y'all know y'all really not good parents. On some real shit. Because y'all think good parenting is just buying shit. That's what y'all think. Y'all think that's why when y'all be talking about good parenting, y'all don't be doing nothing but saying, y'all say the same shit that motherfuckers been saying for years, nigga. Nigga, my kid got a house and some food. Yeah, it's easy to say that, bitch. Half you motherfuckers, that's what the government gave you for you. They gave you a house and a food stamp card for your kids. So, of course, your kids got a roof over their head and they got food in their stomach, bitch. You know what I'm talking about? What the fuck they got in their head? The fuck they got in their head, bro? Because a gang of us brainwash our kids. I ain't bullshit with you. We brainwash our kids. Most of you motherfuckers, the same spite and envy and shit that you picked up, you done passed that shit straight on down to your juniors and them. I ain't bullshitting with you. So you ain't taught your kids to do nothing but hate, nigga, and be old. You know what I'm talking about? Having y'all, bro, especially the men in these days, bro. I ain't bullshitting with you, bro. I know what y'all single-handedly teach y'all, especially y'all sons, bro. Y'all teach them niggas single-handedly how to be hoe-ass niggas, bro. You know how many niggas that I know in real life, nigga, that sit up here on some real shit and don't do nothing but argue with motherfuckers on Instagram, Facebook, and social media sites in front of their kids, bro. You know how many motherfuckers I know for a fact, bro, don't do nothing. They ain't showed their kids how to work. They ain't showed their kids how to do nothing of substance, bro. How to think, how to do nothing of substance, bro. But they around their kids all day arguing with motherfuckers on social media. They done taught their kids how to troll and shit. Nigga, something straight out of a comic book, bro. Straight out of a comic book, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Then every person I've ever seen like that nigga in my life, bruh, they say what they do, bruh. They walk around with a guilt trip about everybody else, bruh, because of what they ain't did. Instead of them just stepping up to the plate, handling their own business, they sit there and they hold a guilt trip against the rest of the world for what they ain't did. Because once again, bruh, it's easy to be a lazy, weak-minded ass motherfucker who ain't gonna stand up and fight for your rights, bruh. It's hard to be proud of who you is, bruh. and gonna fight for that shit. It's hard to do that shit, bro, because most motherfuckers ain't got that courage. Most motherfuckers ain't got the courage to beat them. They just gonna take somebody else's shit. That's why y'all pick and choose. Y'all pick and choose who shit y'all gonna take. Y'all just ain't standing on that shit from concrete. I ain't taking nobody's shit. Oh, my fat nigga had on the same suit I had on yesterday, but this shit was great. I see you, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? I see you, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Big Partner out here pimping. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, I'm finna get off this motherfucker and come right back. Don't worry about nothing. They go big old, no, I can't even call her a big old. Look, she wasn't even that big, bro. I just got up. That bitch wasn't big at all, man. That bitch was one of them bitches with some, she was like one of them people y'all see on them things, bro. That bitch titties was like, it didn't even make no sense, bro. She should have went and got them motherfuckers cut off, bro. That shit, she looked deformed, folks. White bitch too, she looked deformed like fuck. It's like that shit didn't even look. God bless her. I hope that shit ain't called that shit. It looked deformed, bro. It wasn't like man, she got some. Nah, bro, that shit looked deformed. The bitch titties, first of all, from far away, it just looked like it was a big old fat bitch. Then you get up on her, bro, that bitch titties was like, that shit was abnormal, man. You know what I'm talking about? Abnormal, bodybuilt ass bitch, you know what I'm talking about? But thank y'all for coming through this motherfucker. I'm finna get off this motherfucker and come right back. Don't worry about nothing, you know what I'm talking about? Be right back. Nigga, it's your partner, man, until we meet again. Like, you know what I'm talking about?